In this video, I'm going to go through some keywords for algebra. Okay, so first of all, a numeral. Now, a numeral is just simply, it's a symbol that represents a known number. So you would have come across numerals before. So 6, 300, 26.7, 1/2, they are all examples of numerals, okay? So they're just known numbers. So another example is 7 is a known number for the number of days we have in a week. Or 12 is the numeral for how many months we have in the year. And I've got some other examples here. So there are 6 cupcakes on a plate, and the temperature here is about 21 degrees Celsius. So it's just simply a symbol used to represent a known number. And for instance, the symbol just is this 6, okay? The next one we're going to look at is a variable. So a variable is an unknown quantity which we represent by a letter or a pronumeral because we don't actually know what the number would be. So G could represent the number of grapes in a bunch, okay? And D could be the distance travelled in meters, okay? So if you were walking along a path and we could say that this person travelled D meters, okay? And that's just a variable, okay? And it's an unknown quantity, okay? The next thing that you'll come across quite frequently is something called an algebraic expression, okay? So an algebraic expression is a variable and it contains numerals and operation signs. And I'll show you an example of an expression. So you have 5x minus 7xy take away 8, okay? And this is an expression, okay? It does not contain an equal sign. But when we're talking about an algebraic equation, okay, this is slightly different. This is when it does contain an equal sign. So if I had 5x take 7xy take 8, and I said all of this equals 26, okay? That means there is actually 2 algebraic expressions. Remember, the expression does not contain an equal sign. This is an expression, and this is an expression, and they're worth the same amount, okay? So you could have this one on this side of the scales and this one on this side of the scales. And remember, if these are balanced, okay, they are worth the same, okay? Now, the thing to remember is that it always contains an equal sign, but an expression does not contain an equal sign. The next thing I want to talk about are terms, okay? And I just briefly showed you an algebraic expression, and I'll write that same algebraic expression to explain what a term is. So if I have the expression 5x take away 7xy take away 8, this definition above shows me that terms of an expression or equation are quantities that are separated by these signs. So what I can do is I can show you there's 3 terms in this expression, and they are 5x, negative 7xy, and negative 8, okay? We take the symbol that is in front of our term, okay? Because this one doesn't actually have a symbol in front of it, we just say that it's a positive, okay? So it's almost like it's got an invisible positive sign there, okay? So this is an example of terms. Now, another thing to keep in mind is a coefficient, and the coefficient is just the numeral part in the sign. So I'll show you using the same expression we had. So 5x take 7xy take away, I'm going to make it a little bit different, take a plus okay? And so the coefficient is just the number part, okay? So I'm going to change my colour. So if I said to you, what is the coefficient of x? You would say the coefficient of x equals 5. If I'd said to you, what is the coefficient of xy? The coefficient of xy is -7. Remember, we take what's in front, okay? So this is -7. Now, the coefficient of a, you might notice that there's not actually a number in front of it, and that means that there's actually just an invisible 1. So we say the coefficient of a equals, now see there's a negative there, so we just say -1, okay? The coefficient of h, there is no pronumeral with 8, so there's no we don't say it has a coefficient. Now, constant terms are terms in expression that contain no pronumerals or variables, and they are basically just numbers by themselves. So in this example here, 5x, take 7x, y, take away 8. If I said to you, what is the constant term in this expression? The constant term is -8. Okay, I'll show you just one more example. If I had 2ab plus 6y plus 3, my constant term is going to be 3 because there's no pronumeral associated with it. Okay, that's it for our video. I hope that makes sense.